speaking. The lists that we're going to be presenting today are going to be very amazing, very unexpected winners, in fact, for the tops, and much more. So further ado, let's go ahead and begin with the video. And now we're going to go into the list for YCS Niagara Falls that happened this last weekend. Once again, we're going to start from the bottom of the top 32 all the way to the winner. So the top 32 list, this is already post Rage of the Abyss, so we're going to be seeing a ton of Rage of the Abyss cards right now. So we're going to start off with Matthew Resident's top 32 Rescue Ace Azamina Snake-Eye list. So pretty much out of the ordinary, it's just your regular Rescue Ace deck, accompanied with the LBSR having access to Snake-Eye's Poplar, and then having access as well to the Azamina cards, being the Hallowed Azamina and Deception, to have access to the Fusion, being Murcielago. So having that extra body to negate an important monster effect during your Rescue Ace combo is pretty good. Also, he's playing Super Polymerization, which is a pretty nice tech, considering right now that the Age of Fire is back now that the Azamina cards has been officially released on the TCG. So having access to Madragon and Garura for a super body target is a very nice decision. But having access to Domino's Impulse on the main deck is a very powerful card. And then, honestly, nothing out of the ordinary here. Light, Earth, Wind. Yeah, there's nothing much that is touching this deck overall. And as well, playing copies of Wallows, Spooky Dogwood, and Phantasmage, which is a pretty nice tech. And the triple Tactus Trust to have DDG, Treading Roar, and Reinforce. I mentioned he's not playing it for Reinforce, but for sure for DDG and for Treading Roar to stop Tenpai or to stop any type of graveyard decks to play very well. So once again, congratulations to Matthew President for his list. Now we're gonna be talking about the top 16 for Akawed Thomas, or the good old Pack YGO. He did his top 16 with his good old Centur-ion Bystial list. This deck is honestly very strong in this format. Like he was bragging about on his Twitter account, or his X account, if you could update that. Having access to a deck that does not lose to Shifter for Wallows or Perulia is very good, because this deck, even if you get hit by those cards, you can just lay under your opponent's turn, because Centurion cards are considered trap cards, continuous trap cards on the spell trap zone when they're placed there, making them pretty much immune to all of those effects. So that's pretty strong. And sometimes you can just synchro summon on your opponent's turn by playing cards like Crimson Dragon, or just leave a single 12 on your turn to just make your opponent possibly just draw one card. So it's honestly very amazing. Also, this card, the new Centurion Primera Primus, this card is broken. Like, the fact that this card is a super rare in this set, it shocks me. This card is absolutely broken. Unsummoned, add an emblem card from your deck or graveyard to your hand. You can destroy 2 cards, one of each field. One of your field and one of your opponent's field. It's literally DPE, and if you wanted to destroy one of your cards on your spell trap zones, you can protect with send up, or you can just have an Auxilia there and protect it either way. Like, this card is bonkers, and it makes no wonder why he's playing 2 copies of this. Like, this card is absolutely insane. So once again, congratulations to Pack. He actually went undefeated with this deck day 1 of the YCS. So once again, big congratulations to you. The next list we'd like to talk about is Cecilia Gale's Ritual Beast deck. So this list is absolutely nothing out of the ordinary. In fact, I was very surprised that there was a Ritual Beast able to top on a format with finally we have Wallows legal. So either way, they provided great performance even without playing Wallows, by the way. So it's honestly something to admire out of this list in general. The only main change from the main deck is that now they are playing Ash Blossom and Joy Spring on the main deck to counter those Mulch armies, which is completely understandable. And also, people are now starting to take Retaliating Sea on their side deck to counter the Azamina cards, because the Azamina cards having power to special summon by a spell card effect, and you know, this is a macro cosmos while it's on the field when it's summoned by its own effect. So it's awesome. Also, it's a level 4 that you can use for Infernal Flame Banshee to go into your Proto slide. So once again, congratulations to Cecilia by doing a great performance with their Ritual Beast deck. Yes, you are looking correctly. You're looking a Exodia deck on a top list from a YCS in 2024. No, it's not your typical Exodia, by the way. It's not your typical Exodia FTK, draw all 5 pieces. No, this is your brand new Exodia deck, piloted by Oliver Biludeu, managing to do a top 32 on the YCS with his Exodia list, the Millennium Exodia to be more exact. This deck is bonkers. Many people are not respecting this deck. I honestly understand how this deck works, and the fact that it's able to do consistently the Unstoppable Exodia card, which is a spellcaster, which is very important because you can directly search your Secret Veil of the spellcasters with your terraforming, also with your side rotation, which is pretty insane. The fact you can lock your opponent out of spells, the 1/3 of the game mechanic for the rest of the duel, they're not able to out this. Also, this deck is able to play Shifter, which is honestly, I'm surprised that it's able to play Shifter. Either way, though, I love this deck. The fact that Oliver was able to do this performance with this deck is honestly very much top tier. I'm very glad to see this here in this meta discussion with you guys today. Besides the notable text about the deck, has also played the Heart of the Blue Eyes, which is considered a Millennium card, which is considered support for this deck post Rage of the Abyss, so it's a very nice inclusion. Also, the fact that they can push games with talents, having access to the access code line, because this deck is filled with spellcasters with the Selene access code OTK. Also, be able to play the Silhouette Rabbit with the Asrune Angel Statue trap card, which makes more disruptions. And also, I love he's playing Moon of the Closed Heaven, not because of the Fiendsmith engine. He's also playing it because of the Underworld Goddess package. You can actually activate Moon of the Closed Heaven's effect and then just pressure your opponent, and because you're pressuring the fact that you can just slam an Underworld Goddess onto your opponent's field very much easily with one of their monsters the Moon of the Closed Heaven points to. So you can pretty much do a link summon with 2 of your opponent's monsters with this combo, and something that many people don't respect, in fact, the link arrows that Moon is pointing to. So yeah, there's nothing much to say. Like, a big congratulations to Oliver by this top performance on the YCS with his Exodia Millennium list. Like, it's so awesome to see on this type of events. And yeah, let's go ahead and proceed with the next top of lists. All right, now we're gonna start up with the top 4 lists for the event, and this time being Ryan James' Labrynth list. It's amazing the fact that this deck was able to do a top 4 on this format, especially because Labrynth was considered one of the best decks before, and now considered it a rogue deck because of the Snake-Eye cards. There's still relevance right now, especially with the Azamina cards now being released, but still, they made an amazing performance. Having access to Dominus Impulse in this deck, holy moly, this card in this deck is so broken, because you can set it with Lady Labrynth. Also, the fact that you can activate this and have no problems with the restrictions, because Light, Earth, and Wind, there's nothing in this deck besides, I guess, Nibiru. But in those type of cases, you would rather still resolve this over playing into Nibiru on your opponent's side. Also, the fact that this deck is also having access to Almost Charming Fuwalos and cards like Trap Tricks, Karma Cannon, Transaction Rollback, and also playing 2 copies of the Barrier and DDG on the side deck too, so they're live with Trap Trick. They're playing multiple copies of the extra cards because they're playing part of Extravagance. Like, honestly, this list is so amazing, and I'm so glad I was able to do a good performance. So once again, congratulations to Ryan James for such a great performance with their Labrynth deck. Alright, so now we're gonna start with the other 4th place list. It comes for Maru Angelo's Tenpai list. He did an amazing job with this deck. This being post Rage of the Abyss just shows that this deck is way stronger now, even after the hits of the ban list. Having access to Fuwalos and as well for the copies of Impulse, as going second just makes it way more impressive. And honestly, this deck will be running on meta until Konami decides to hit this on the future ban list. So nothing out of the ordinary. It's just a regular Tenpai list, but with the new cards from Rage of the Abyss making this deck way stronger now. Nothing important to recall besides having also this copy of Grand Tox Dragon, because with this card is normal special, you can target other cards on the field, up to 2 cards on the field, destroy them, and gain 200 attack for each card destroyed. So I guess it's another target you can summon out of your Hermetic Seals, which is a very nice tech because you're having access to bounce a card, and then when it's summoned, pop other 2 cards on the field. It's pretty good, pretty nice. If I'm not mistaken, this is super rare out of a booster set that's been a while now. I'm not completely sure from which side it is, but I'm pretty sure I saw it as a super. And actually playing Golden First cards with Anti-Spell, Rivalry, Solemn Judgment, and E-Barrier on when you predict your opponent will make you go first. So again, amazing deck choices card choices for this deck. So once again, Mario Angelo, congratulations on your top 4 performance in this YCS. And now we're gonna start with the runner-up of the event, being a Ryan Yu's Sky Striker list. And oh my gosh, having pleasure of seeing this list topping a YCS on this format is honestly amazing. The fact that he's able to make this type of performance with just Sky Striker cards and with the new cards, that's it. Like, there's no Fuelos, there is no Rolia, there's no need for the Azamina cards. Like, the only new card per se that he's playing is Dominus Impulse on the side deck, which is a very spicy consideration. The fact because he's playing being locked in live earth and wind monsters, and you know, having Hayate and other monsters on the extra deck that it is affected by Dominus Impulse, but still, it's a great going second card, and just able to draw it and able to set it as another type of interruption with your Widow Anchors and your Shark Cannons. It's pretty strong. So everyone was hoping for Ryan Yu to win the event, but unfortunately wasn't able. He lost on the finals against the first place Landon Oliver, which will go ahead and present his list right about now, which is for his Fire King Snake-Eye Azamina deck. And oh my gosh, this deck is so expensive. 3 copies of Fuelos, 2 copies of Deception, triple copies of Bonfire, triple copies of Wanted, triple copies of Bellstar, 2 copies of Volcanics, and then having SB Little Knight and everything else, and of course 3 copies of Dominus Impulse. Like, this deck is so expensive, but oh my god, it's so good. And he proved it by achieving his first place on this event. Nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, this deck, just having access to the Azamina cards make it even way stronger, and having Fuelos and Dominus Impulse on it as well make it way stronger. So I guess the other point I could provide here is that he's playing copies of Draw and Lockbird, which is an underrated cantrip right now that not everyone is playing, and also playing the Sneakful Foils of Betrayal trap card. On here, it's pretty nice tech as well for the dramatic Snake-Eye Chase, because now having access to a Dial Bellstar monster from your hand deck or your spell trap zone, it's actually worth considering now, especially since you have cards for the Hulled Azamina and the Deception of the Simple Soils. So very nice tech choices here.
Now shout out to our sponsors, the first one being Graad, the best grading company in Europe, based in pianetahobby in Milan. The second one is CARDTRADER, the online marketplace platform where you'll find the cards you need at market price in one shipment only. Create your account using the link right here. The third one, Game to Collect, is one of the top Italian sellers on the market, specializing in high-rarity American cards, gold format, and misprints. They also collect your cards up to 85% of their value. Next one is Magician Circle, a local store in Trieste specialized in sealed and custom products. They also host events for all TCGs. Then shout out to GameLover, your favorite place based in Crema, where you can eat, play card games, table games, and also video games. Next we got ALIANDY, your go-to place in San Giovanni Lupatoto, where you can find mangas, comics, board games, singles, and tournaments for all TCGs. Then a shout out to Planet Fun, the best place to go in Rovato for weekly tournaments for all TCGs. Last local store we have is Gamerland, based in Abbiate Grasso, Lombardy's best shop to buy singles, sealed, and play weekly tournaments. Then we have CHAPA'S Playmats. They produce amazing custom playmat that may have your own image on them. Last but not least, we have Dragon Inc. They produce our official PA jerseys and cloth mats. All their links are in the description down below, so don't forget to check them out.
Alright, so we're gonna start off first with YCS Cancún's top list. We're gonna start from the bottom, from top 32 all the way to the winner. We're gonna be discussing not all of the lists, we're gonna be discussing some of the lists that the team got interested that would like to be shown on the video. So first of all, we're gonna start with Jesse Dean Cotton's top 32 Crystal Beast Snake-Eye Fiendsmith deck. Yes, this 60 card pile managed to go undefeated on day 1 and unfortunately coming to an end on day 2, high breaking on top 32, which is very unfortunate. Many people was hoping for Jesse to do better on the event, but I mean, it's a 60 card pile, you're eventually going to break, it's understandable. And unfortunately it happened to Jesse. This list is honestly wild. The fact that he's able to have access to the Nemesis package because Sapphire Pegasus and Toba's Tiger are very easy to summon, and just summoning Flame Banshee and then doing Protoss with a Nemesis flag, and this deck has multiple attributes on the main deck and the extra deck, so it's very simple to do. The fact that it also is playing the Fiendsmith engine to have access to Wave Caesar to just protect his combo from Nibiru, also have immunity to both, Impermanence, Evenly Match, and Lightning Storm, because he's also playing the Rainbow Bridge of Salvation to the Valence field spells. Having access to those cards makes them immune, because by activating either one of them, you activate another one from your deck directly to your opponent's field, making them control a card, making those cards that you can activate unable to activate because they require you to not control any cards. So it's wonderful. It's an amazing tech. Also ECT OTK potentials with Droplet, talents to steal a monster, having the Sealantis and Raging Phoenix combo to OTK. So once again, congratulations, Jesse. It was a very well performance. Is one of the surprises from this event is this top 16 list from James Miles with his Drytron list, his 49 Drytron list. Like, this list, it's awesome. Having accessibility to a big boss monster like the new Drytron monster, which is the Draconids, which is a quick effect negate when your opponent activates a monster effect by banishing a Drytron monster on the grave. So, and also having access to the Magic-y ritual to search the unlocking, which is another type of Omni Negate, is pretty awesome. And the fact that this deck still has everything on its disposal. Sure, they lost Beatrice by the cost of Eva returning, but again, Eva is not necessary in this deck anymore if there's no Beatrice. So, also the fact that this deck can generically search Lancia, it's pretty amazing too, so you do not lose to Ritual Beast going second, because you're able to play it and also be able to search it to play around it on your turn too. So that's pretty awesome, not gonna lie. Like, it's your regular Drytron list that you usually used to see back in the day when it was meta. So once again, congratulations, James, on your performance with Drytron. This list we're like to discuss is Jorge Bernal's Spright list, which is for the with the Fiendsmith cards. He did an amazing job here. The Fiendsmith having given access to, in this case, most of them play it for the Wave Caesar, but he went for the Desiree line instead, which is still pretty good. And as well, having access to the new Iceberry cards for the Mirror Mage, giving them access to both Totally Awesome, and also it's a level 2 just in case you want to keep it comboing. It's pretty good. And come on, it's Spright. There's nothing out of the ordinary here. It's just your typical Spright list with the Fiendsmith engine, but makes it way better. So once again, congratulations to Jorge Bernal by doing this top 16 performance with the Spright list. It is good old Team Samurai X1's Fiendsmith Yubel list. So nothing much to explain here. Like, he indeed played the Cashier package, which is a pretty nice. Also, the fact that he was playing side rotation giving him access to either the Great Sod Field Spell or to the Nightmare Throne, and also disabling the cards that I mentioned before, being impermanent, evenly matched, Lightning Storm. It's pretty strong. And the fact as well, there's like a small goo that he played on the side deck, and the spicy stuff is the Mannequin Cat. Because on the shifter matchups, because you're able to use the Dark Beckoning Beast to summon the Mannequin Cat. So you summon Mannequin Cat, revive your opponent's ship during their grave, then you can use Mannequin Cat's effect and special summon Chaos Hunter from your deck. Or sometimes if you do draw it on your after siding in, you can discard it and then revive it back with Markcracker or something of the sort. So it's pretty strong. And also you're able to Foolish Burial it with Aerial Eater, and then you can revive with a Markcracker. So you have multiple options to get into Chaos Hunter, which is a floodgate against Ritual Beast, Runic, or any type of variation of deck that likes to banish. So it's very good tech right here when it comes to Mannequin Cat. And also he went into a more board breaker approach with Talents, Dark Ruler No More, Forbidden Droplet, Infinite Impermanence, and only played Ash Blossom as a hand trap on the side, and evenly matched Dimensional Barrier on the side deck too, which have more board breaking potential. Also, we have to appreciate too a Red Resonator, because again, it's a theme, so it's a free way to win on time. So I completely understand why would he play this on the side deck here. So once again, congratulations to Team Summer X1. In fact, many people were calling him out because they always call his videos for meta stuff, and now he shut them wrong by topping and winning the event as well. So it's something wild to see. And yeah, that was pretty much the discussions I would like to give for both YCSs. And real quick, before we end the video, we're gonna be discussing the Swiss Opener winner, and would you believe it? It's Tearlament. Yes sir, undefeated Tearlament out of the Swiss Opener. 60 card Tearlament with the Crystal Bead package with Rainbow Bridge of Salvation, Horus cards, and also having access to the Fiendsmith cards as well here to provide more coverage when it comes to their extra deck. I believe as well that they mentioned that pretty much the gimmick of this deck is to resolve grass as looks greener as soon as possible, because I mean it's a 60 card pile and it's Tearlament, and it's the Horus card is completely broken, and having access to cards like Pilgrim Reaper, the Zombie Vampire, and also having summon access to Kaleido Heart for spin, also with the Black Gold Laughs to set it with Trust in all the matchups possible. It's very amazing. And also the MVP of the day here has to be the Winged Dragon of Raw Sphere mode, because this deck really doesn't need to normal summon, so having this board breaker, it's pretty strong. And also Dark Ruler No More, it's pretty strong too. So yeah, this is pretty much everything that I wanted to discuss with y'all today. Thank you very much for watching the video. Feel free to like, subscribe, support the Purple Haze Team YouTube channel, and hope to see you all later in a future video. So once again, I'm Mario, and I'm signing out.